begin with questions, I guess.
Okay, one question is, how come the thoughts are not in the four categories, or where does it belong? 这个同学问的是念头为什么不在那个4个里面呢？是属于哪一部分？
Thoughts are in the mind category.
念头是在心的那个部分，心事那个部分。
But it's a little bit complicated because this is where also the whole different Buddhist schools varies a little bit. But I don't think this is something that we will like to sort of spend our time with.
这是事实上有点复杂，也是佛教很多派别看法不一样的地方。不过我们可能不会花时间进去讨论这个东西。
What you really need to know is there is a cognizance.
我们所真正需要知道的就是说有觉知。
I don't know whether you have. I'm sure you have the word in Chinese, inanimate and animate.
中文也有这个字，就是这个有情跟无情嘛。
You are not. I mean, you have feeling. Okay, let's say.
因为你有感觉、感受。
You cognize things.
你可以觉知事情。
You choose. You decide.
你选择，你决定。
You comprehend, but intelligence is a part of the animate.
你了解，所以智力基本上就是这个有情的一部分。
But I mean, this is why right at the beginning I was really talking about you and I have to come to an agreement that even it's a vague one, that's fine, some sort of agreement that we have mind.
所以什么学昨天一开始就谈到说，我们互相之间有一个同意的地方，就是我们互相都有心。
And thoughts are what the Buddhists, I think the English translation is mental factors. So it's like a what do you call it? Splinter of mind.
那这个念头呢，在英文这个 mental factor 就是心的作用，是从心里面出来的一个东西。
So there's an extensive study about this, like 52 different mental factors, so on and so forth. But maybe this much is all you need to know.
那有很多非常深入的讨论，比如说有52种这个心的作用等等的。可是我们在这儿不谈论这些东西。
Okay. The next one.
Okay. Can Ramesha teach us to meditate on emptiness? Is that is it including in the 4 mindfulness? And also, can you teach us how to incorporate bodhicitta? Why is bodhicitta always ignored in meditation of Vipassana?
I see. Yeah. That's a timely question.
这是一个问的时间很对的一个问题。他的问题是说，可不可以请人们先教我们怎么在空性中禅定？那为什么在教观的时候好像都忽略这个菩提心？这是第二个问题。
Really a broad generalization.
一个很概略的回答。
By observing body again and again and again, what you will realize is the truth of anicca, which is change.
那经由一而再再而三的观这个我们的身体，你就会理解到这个改变的这个真相。
I mean, not just that, but mainly that.
那当然不只是知道这个，而是主要会理解到这个改变，或者是说无常的这个真相。
A lot of other things you also realize. I think we already talked, I mean, maybe some of you are not here. Like change, and then body is not just one unit as usually we think.
我们会理解到很多真相。也许诸位有人不在这里，昨天，第一个就是了解到这个改变的真相，第二个就是了解到身体事实上不是一个整体，像平常我们了解的那样子。
For instance, right now, think about your body.
比如说现在大家来想想自己的身体。
Shit is not included.
但大便并没有包含在里面。你现在想
Intestines are not included.
肠子内脏你也没有想到。
It's just one vague sort of, like shoulder and a hand hanging. Even that, actually.
我们只想到一个大的架子，像这个有肩膀，两只手垂在那里，甚至连这个都不见得想得到。
Yeah, that's what I was talking yesterday. Like when you are so well trained, you see all these parts separately.
那当你训练得非常好的话，你会看到所有这些局部的非常清楚。
I mean, I don't want to go there too much, but it's quite an incredible achievement. We are talking about 2,500 years ago. People without magnifying glass, microscope, any laboratory, actually just observing, they can actually directly experience this. It's just an achievement. It's an achievement, actually.
什么意思？不想谈太多，不过是实质上是非常不得了的一种成就。在2500年前，没有这个放大镜，没有显微镜，没有实验室，他们就是用观察就观察到所有，直接观察到这么详细的东西。
And that's actually much more than this.
而且还不只是这些。
Like for instance, you may have some sort of a beginning of a ailment in part of your body. Let's say, I don't know, somewhere in kidney, which you are, in general, like now we don't know.
比如说像这个，有些人在，也许比如说肾脏开始有某些病变开始了，然后以我们现在的状况，我们不会知道。
Even you become really good at this first stage of the Vipassana. It's as clear as looking at my palm.
可是如果你对于这个观的这个修持的第一部分，就是对于身体的这种观，到了一个很好的程度的话，你会知道那个病变就好像你在看你的手掌一样。
But I know, as soon as I begin to talk like this, then many of think, oh, he's talking of some clairvoyant, supernatural power. No, nothing. It's a direct experience.
当然，而且这样一说呢，很多人就会说，哦，他在讲某种这个神通啊，某种超能力了。事实上不是，就是这么直接的东西。
It's just that you are not observing at the moment.
因为只是我们现在目前我们没有在观察。
I was giving you the example of 101. You just 101. That's it. It's some vague 101.
因为就像101一样，大家只是知道有个大概有个101这个概念而已。
If you keep on observing, then you will see a lot of things.
如果你一直去观察的话，你会看到很多东西。
The grayness of the blueness and the spaciousness of this.
它的蓝，它的绿，它的空间。
And just so many things. It's just like that, actually.
有非常多的东西，就是如同这样子。
Now apply that, yeah, okay. Yeah, and then also remember I said dependent nature of the body. You will also realize, but mainly the anicca part, the impermanence part. That's obvious.
那当然，你也会多练习，你会了解到这个 缘起身体的缘起这个面相，不过主要呢是这个无常的那个面相。
Now by then, okay, let's move to the feeling.
那我们现在移到这个感受这一方面。
Keep on concentrating, observing the feeling.
持续的观察你的感受。
And remember, keep in mind, I'm only saying observing the feeling. I'm not putting any color in it, like visualizing it in this way, that way. Nothing. Just looking at the feeling.
我们要强调说，他只是讲到观察，而不是去加一大堆什么观想啊，这个那个的，只是去观察它，就看着你的感受。
Then you begin to see the truth of the feeling.
那你就会开始看到感受的真相。
Well, of course, the changing of the changing as truth, the impermanence aspect of the truth.
那当然你会看到这个改变或无常的这个真相。
But what I think more specifically, what you will realize is the unsatisfactoriness.
那特别的，那你会一直观察感受的话，你会看到这个不满足的一种的真相。
It's a little more difficult to describe the dukkha, the word dukkha, but I think for now it's okay.
那当然，用佛教的术语来讲是 dukkha， 中文翻成苦。那我们现在不谈这个。
And you will also realize the dependency of this.
那你同时也会发现这个依赖性，或者是说缘起的这一面向。
So let's say you are actually depressed.
所以，比如说，我们假设你是沮丧，现在。
What happens usually when a person is depressed? They get, okay, this is it. This is the doom. This is the Armageddon of our life.
那一般人呢，沮丧的时候就说：“哎，就这样了，我就是沮丧，这我的世界末日就到此为止。”
I'm stuck.
我卡住了。
I'm finished. I'm just this. This is it. That's what they feel.
我完了，没救了，就这样子。
It shows they are not understanding the anicca aspect, the impermanence aspect.
这表示他们不知道这个无常的这个面向。
And they are not understanding the aspect of the dependency. And, just a shift. Really, it's this simple. A depressed person looking, a very depressed person is like this. And even shifting the view like this, even that has some, impact.
第二个就是他们不了解这个缘起的这个现象，所以一个沮丧的人，这个他就是要稍微转动一下他的这个观点，就即使这样他也会有改变。
Okay, so that anyway the truth of unsatisfactoriness or the suffering.
所以
the suffering is not a good word. I think we need to change this. Yeah.
不满足的一种真相，或者是说苦的真相，其实苦的真相不是一个很好的说法。
Okay, now the third one.
那第三个
Mind. You are looking at the mind. Observe mind, observe mind, observe mind.
第三个，你就观察你的心，一直观察，一直观察。
Okay. Now, what is the truth you will discover?
那你会发现什么真相呢？
Anatta, selflessness.
Anatta 就是无我的这个真相。
This incredibly powerful observer.
这个非常强而有力的这个观察者。
As powerful as it is, it doesn't have any truly existing nature that you can call this is me, this is I.
这么强而有力的这个观察者，事实上他本身并没有任何真实存在的一个实体的东西，你可以说这就是我。
So in a way, what you are doing when you are meditating on, when we are doing the third one, you are doing the emptiness meditation.
所以事实上，当你在做第三个，就是对心的观察的时候，你就是在做空性的禅定。
Okay, let me just finish with the fourth. The fourth one, when you do the fourth,
那让咱们去讲这个第四点，当
the phenomena,
做第四点的时候，
observing the phenomena,
观察现象。
the truth that you will realize by looking at the phenomena will be that the defilements are removable.
那你会得到的这个真相呢，是你会知道这个弊障是可以去除的。
That there is no such thing as a, defiled, dirty, garbage. I don't know that you feel you are so stuck. Okay, they may be, but they are removable. This is important one.
那你会发现的真相就是，你对于这个弊障啊，或者是你觉得肮脏的一些垃圾，所有这些东西 ，OK， 虽然是有，可是它们是可以被去除的，这个是很重要的这个发现。
If you don't know that defilements are removable, no point of doing vipassana.
如果你不能了解这个弊障是可以去除的，那就修观是没有意义的。
I mean, of course, if you are doing vipassana just for some stress-free relaxation, then you can do. But the Buddhist the real Buddhist vipassana, no point.
那当然，你可以做修观，有一种人修观只是要去除压力啊，让自己轻松，当然你就可以这样做。不过从佛教的这个观的观点呢，如果你不相信这个弊障是可以去除的，那你做了等于没用。
If you don't believe that the stain on your cup is removable, you will not wash.
如果你不相信你杯子上的污垢是可以被洗净的话，那你就不会去洗杯子的。
Because even though it looks so dirty, so strange, but you have a confidence that that's just temporary, it's removable. That's why you can sort of keep it in the sink for days sometimes.
那虽然那个杯子看起来非常脏，看起来很不好看，可是你完全有信心，这个是污垢是可以洗掉的。因此，你会把这个脏杯子放在水槽里面，可能放好几天都没有关系。
Yeah, so you have anger, you have desire, you have jealousy, you have this, that, all this garbage, removable.
所以你有这些贪欲啊、嗔恨啊、这个嫉妒啊，所有这些你都有，可是没关系，他们都可以被去除的。
They are temporary and they are not you.
他们是暂时的，而且它不是你。
That they are some stain from outside,
它是从
temporary.
外面来的暂时的一种染污而已。
Yeah, but again, as I said, this mind and the phenomena is a really big one. But we are just at the moment we are just sort of covering very generally.
那当然，就像我们之前讲过的，心跟现象或者法这两点是非常庞大的一个题目。我们现在只是概略的这样说一下。
Okay, maybe some more questions. We will not meditate right now because we just had lunch.
You ask us to observe the observer. Who is doing the observing? Isn't it ultimately the same? Isn't the mind the same as the observer? 他说人们就请我们观察那个观察者。那这个观察者是谁？是谁在观察？他不是就是一样吗？不是就是心，就是观察者吗？
Yeah, you were not here yesterday. That's why. Yes, mind. The incredible thing about mind is that it actually, we make such a hype about, wow, mind. Because of this mind, I can see this. But there's something else that mind does. That's far bigger than this.
那 而且说可能你昨天没有来，所以会问这个问题。他说这个心，事实上我们把这个心讲得很不得了，说哇，因为有心，所以我可以看到这手上这个瓶子。可是有一个比这个更大的一个东西。
Mind knows mind itself simultaneously. I mean, you know, mind is actually, I shouldn't even say mind knows mind itself. I shouldn't say that. Mind by nature is a self-awareness.
而且一开始是说心同时知道心自己，可是他后来说，他甚至不应该这样讲。心就是它的本性，就是能够自觉知，自己觉知自己。
The closest example I can give you is lamp.
最好的例子，最接近的例子就是灯或者是烛。
Lamp lights everything.
灯照亮所有的东西。
But we don't need another torch to light itself.
可是我们不需要另外一个探照灯去照那个灯，我们才看得到那个灯。
It lights itself.
它自己把自己也点亮。
Likewise, mind, the greatest thing that the mind does is it knows itself.
这个心最棒的地方就是他自己知道他自己。
But for now, most of you, those who have not done meditation before, you will feel like one mind is looking to another mind.
当然对以前没有打坐过的人呢，一开始可能会觉得说，好像有一个心在看另外一个心。
But it's okay. Just keep on doing it.
这没有关系，就继续这样做。
As you keep on doing it, the collapse between the observer and observed will, the wall between the observer and the observed will collapse.
那你持续的这样做，那个观察者跟被观察的之间的那道墙呢，就会慢慢的崩解。
Then you will know there is no such thing as object independent from subject.
然后你就会了解到说，事实上没有任何客体是离于主体之外的。
This is non-duality, back to emptiness again.
这就是非二元，或者说不二，那就是回到那个空性的禅定。
Yeah, I think many of people who don't know how to read properly the Heart Sutra, they always read no nose, no eyes, no this, no that as a negation, but it's really not a negation at all.
很多人不理解的人去读心经，读到说无眼、无耳、无鼻，以为这些都是否定，事实上这不是否定。
Yeah, just again, I shouldn't be talking so much. You can just feel it. It's mind knows itself. It's very self-evident.
其实他不应该讲这么多。事实上，心觉知他自己，我们现在就可以直接经验到。
It's always there and it knows itself.
它一直都在这儿，而且他自己知道自己。
Yeah, so okay, maybe one or two more.
It's easier for me to concentrate while close my eye to observe body and breathing. Should I always do that, or should I open my eyes?
I will leave that with you. Do whatever it suits.
刚刚这个问题是说，他闭着眼睛比较能够集中精神来观察身体跟呼吸。他应该睁眼还是闭眼？而且说哪一个你觉得好就这样做吧。
Okay, next one.
If I can understand the nature of mind and understanding the mind has no coming and no going, how can I keep practicing into normal daily life and work? 如果能理解心的本质，体认到心无来去，应该如何修持可以融入生活跟工作？
Oh, this, once you are used to it, absolutely no problem.
那么就说，只要你习惯了，那就不会有问题了。
I would not worry so much about all this theory like no coming, no going, no beginning, no end, all of that.
那么就不会太希望大家不用太去担心这些理论，比如说什么无来无去、无始无终这些。
During the Vipassana, just observe the
在做观的时候，你只要观察。
Preferably observe this moment mind.
就是最好的呢，是观察这个刹那的心。
Yes. Now, of course, most of the beginners, you initiate by observing, like, sitting like this and that.
那当然，一开始的大家修持的人都这样端坐的这样去观察。
Then, if possible, you try to do this momentarily here and there during the post meditation.
那如果可能的话，就渐渐的在坐下的时间，就是不是在打坐的时间呢，你偶尔去观察自己的心。
So this is why there's things like walking meditation.
所以才会有所谓的行禅，就走路的禅这种说法。
And this is where things like Japanese tea ceremony comes from.
那这也是像日本的茶道这来的地方，就有这个茶道的原因。
I mean, you can tell there's all these tea, the cup going like this, like that.
所以茶道里面，比如说各种动作啊，茶杯要怎么转啊，所以这些都是。
The tea itself is nothing that of a big deal, It's not that even delicious, actually.
茶本身其实也没什么了不起，茶还不见得好喝的。
But it's a training. It's a training.
可是它是一种训练。
And yeah, you can do chopping the onion meditation.
那你也可以切洋葱修持，在切洋葱的时候观察。
And make it very vigorously by really chopping it really thin.
那可以很努力的说，比如说练习这个切得很薄。
Now we are becoming very, very tedious and individual.
现在我们在谈的是非常细微而且非常个人化的东西。
So this is where your coach may say, "Oh, you chop your onion very thin."
也许你的指导的老师会跟你说：“哦，你就去切洋葱，切得很薄吧。”
Or I might ask him, say, "Oh, you should chop your onion in chunks, like."
那也可以换个人会跟他说：“你洋葱应该切大块。”
So basically, just at that time, observe.
基本上就是在那些时候观察。
But again, when I say the observe, I'm not talking like this.
可是观察不一定要端坐的这样观察。
Of course, you can't chop onions like this.
你这样切洋葱不太能切。
So whichever way you want to chop.
不管你什么样的姿态都可以去切它。
After a few months of that, then apply this when you are arguing with your husband or wife.
那过了几个月，你这样休息以后，就下次在你跟你先生或太太吵架的时候，应用那个观察。
It's the same thing. Chopping onion, tea ceremony, flower arrangement, all this, you try to blend in.
那所有这些都一样的，不管是切洋葱、茶道、花道，这些都是希望融入你的这个观察。
Then, I guess the best example is like a surfer, right? The bigger the wave, the surfers they enjoy, right? They get so excited when there's a big wind and big wave, then they can really glide with this. So bigger the kleshas, bigger the defilements, bigger the emotions, then meditators know how to glide. So
最好的比喻就像冲浪者，这个浪越大，这冲浪的人越开心，就是跟禅定的人一样，修禅定的人，这个越大的这个情绪呢，这个他们会 越自在。
This is achievable. This is, as I said this, it may scare some of you saying, wow, he must be talking some very high level. No, not really. This is achievable.
这是可以办得到的，而且说他这样讲，也许诸位有些人会觉得说，哦，他在讲很高境界的东西吧？不是，而且说这个都可以办得到。
Much, 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 much easier than six pack.
比这个练6块腹肌还要容易的。
Six pack is difficult.
6块腹肌是很难的。
2 days of missing in the gym, that's it, back to square one.
2天不去健身房呢，又回到原来的样子。
Really, I'm serious. This is very easy to achieve.
真的，这个很容易可以达到的。
I myself have met many, many practitioners who glides with this achievable.
而且亲身就看到很多修行者，他们可以这个在情绪上这样滑翔或冲浪，这是办得到的。
Especially when these practitioners, when they were dying, they really glide with it.
特别是他们在临终的时候，他们真的就是滑翔。
There's nothing. It's actually, again, we are not talking anything as supernatural power. Nothing.
再度了，我们并不是在谈什么超自然能力的。
I mean, it's just art of getting used to it, right?
这只是让我们习惯、熟悉的一种艺术而已。
I mean, for an untrained person like me, when I watch people driving, it's like fascinating.
像人们说，像他没有被训练过开车的，他看到别人在开车，他简直是不得了。
Especially when Stephanie drives.
特别是这个赖云在开车的话
，she can look front, back, side. She can look front, back, side, steering, filing nails, texting, fixing, like.
他可以一边开车一边看前面、后面、左右、中间。还一边在这个找档案在手机上，一边涂口红，一边这个化妆什么等等。
Yeah, so that's actually almost close to supernatural power.
这几乎已经快要到达超自然能力的境界了。
Anyway, maybe one more question and then we will meditate.
好，最后一个问题。Sometimes I feel terrible and stuck at the prison when I start to feel the sense of I. It's like being locked in a steel coffin, sink into the sea. What should I do with it? 有时候我是在观察自己，然后看着这个所谓的我的这个的概念的时候，我好像被关在一个铁棺材丢到水里一样，我怎么办？
Practically, you should just observe that. Really.
实际上来说，你就应该观察它就好了。
Don't do anything. Even if there is a formula, don't apply. I beg you. Even if there is a formula to counter this, don't use it. Some sort of a solution.
你就观察就好了。即使这里面有一个什么解药，有什么方法可以对治它，你也不要去用。
Just observe that.
就观察就好了。
I know for the beginners it may not satisfy you.
对初学者，你可能不会觉得满意这样子。
Because we have such a Panadol mind,
我们通常都有一种这个想要像吃头痛药一样这种想要去解决它的这种心态。
Everything has to be fixed right away. It's like a tea bag sort of mentality.
每一件事情我们都想要即刻的把它解决掉。
But really, just even that feeling low, just watch.
即使感觉到这个不舒服，你只是观察它就好。
Please bank onto this. It's really is the most economical.
仁波切说，恳请大家就一直这样做。第一个，这是非常经济的，不花钱的，
No side effects at all.
完全不会有副作用，
And lot of discovery.
会发现很多事情。
In about 2 months, you will want that feeling low.
过了2个月以后，你会很想要有那种感觉到这个很低沉的这种感觉。
You will become like this fisherman who's fishing in a river stream where there's not many fish.
你就会像这个一个渔夫呢，在一条河没有很多鱼的河里面钓鱼。
You will want that low feeling so that you can catch it and sort of feel gratified.
你会很想要有那种低潮的这种感觉，然后你可以逮到它，就满足你的这种观察。
Okay, what we will do is this time we will again, we will sit for a few minutes.
这次我们再来做几分钟。
Okay, so this time we will do mind.
我们来观察心。
And we will do whichever the method I was talking to. One is like observe. Like first you observe a body, feeling or something, and then observing the observer.
可以用2种早上讲过的任何一个方法。第一个就是先观察身，观察感受，然后观察那个观察者。
Or you can do just knowing whatever is happening in your mind.
或者是你可以只是观察此刻在你心中，不管在发生什么事情。
And by the way, the moment you know whatever is happening in your mind, then most likely that thought will disappear.
那当你观察到你在心中此刻正在发生的事情的时候，很可能那个念头就会消失了。
Don't treat that as a victory.
不要自己认为这是一个胜利，
It's nothing.
这个没什么。
And let's say you are thinking about, I don't know, you are thinking about a coffee shop.
那比如说你现在在想咖啡店，
Just know that.
你只要知道就好了。
But then your mind goes to a wine shop.
那可是你的心呢，再来跑到一个酒店里面，卖酒的店。
Don't tell yourself, I have to finish with the coffee shop first.
不要告诉自己说我要先把咖啡店想完再来。
No need. Go to the wine shop.
不要需要这样，你就去酒店吧。
Wherever your mind is, just be there.
你的心不管到哪里，你就到哪里就好。
Okay, let's do maybe something like 5 minutes.
我们做个5分钟。
Okay, please start. Okay.
好，
We will take a break, but just before the break, since it's in my head.
我们现在在休息之前跟大家讲一个。
We will talk a little bit more about mind, but then we will explore the phenomena a bit.
我们会再说一些新的东西，然后我们会再去探索一下所谓的现象。
I don't know whether I think the mind Vipassana is good enough for now. But I just want to introduce you the phenomena a bit.
当然现在修持这个新的观呢是已经很好了，那而且还是会介绍一下有关于现象的。
It's very vast and
非常大的一个主题。
I'll try to give you some ideas what the phenomena is.
我们就会想给大家一个概念，什么是现象。
Let's listen to the sound, just any sound.
我们来听任何现在有的声音。
I think most probably you have heard the air condition humming.
大部分人都听到这个空调的声音。
So, you are a human.
你是一个人类，
And you are a human who went to school where you have been introduced to some strange machine which blows, cold air.
你是一个人类，然后你受过学校的教育，就知道有一种奇怪的机器可以吹出冷的风出来。
And that's why the moment you hear this phenomena of air condition,
所以当你一听这个声音，你就说：“哦，是空调的现象。”
plastic.
塑胶的声音。
I don't know, this is phenomena now. We are talking about the phenomena.
这就是所谓的这个现象或者法第四个。
It is basically a game of subject and object.
基本上它就是主体客体的一个游戏。
Gosh, it's so vicious, so vicious.
这是非常恶毒的一个游戏。
Just imagine, let's say you are a cat.
那假如你是一只猫，
Do you think air condition is air condition?
你会听到空调的声音吗？
It's like this phenomena, phenomena.
这是这个现象。
Yeah. Let's go for a toilet break, and I think we will be driven by the phenomena of gents and ladies.
我们现在去上厕所，然后我们让自己被这个男生女生的这个现象所限。
Okay.
My dog can hear the plastic sound.
Yeah? Oh, yes, of course. Exactly. Yeah, we should tell you that later. Some question.
First question is observing body and feeling. If I simultaneously play music or cooking, would that Is it okay? Would it distract my observation?
Depends on how, you are inept, it depends on how you are used to.
这个问题是说，做内观观察身体跟感受，如果同时听音乐或做菜的话，会不会分心？这样是被允许的吗？这个有没有说是应该是允许的。然后他说这个是看你多熟悉观察吧。
You can ride 2 horses together if you are good at it.
What is it?
You can ride 2 horses together simultaneously.
如果你很棒的话，技术很好，你可以同时骑2匹马都没关系。
Okay, what's the next one?
If we can attain the truth by just observing, what is the point or what is the importance of a guru? And how can we determine the validity of their teachings? 如果只是观察就可以理解真相的话，那个上师的重要性是什么呢？我们怎么能知道他们的真实性？
Yeah, in the standard, Vipassana situation, no need. Guru is useless.
对于标准的这个观的修行呢，事实上不需要上师，上师是没有用的。
Yeah, no, you can have a coach. You can get some teachings from somebody.
你可以找一个指导的人来给你一点技巧的指导，就好了。
Yeah, Guru is a tantric wisdom.
Guru 上师是一种密乘的这种智慧。
Guru is a tantric wisdom of the embodiment of the Vipassana. That's all I can say.
那个上师是密乘的有关于观的智慧的总持，仁波切只能这样讲。
Guru is Vipassana is those who believes in no pain, no gain.
观的修持是给那些认为没有努力就没有结果的人去修持的。
Guru is for those who believe in no pain, all gain.
用上师的道路呢，是那些相信不要花力气就可以获得所有的东西的人。
But better not talk about this in the common world because it's almost criminal.
可是最好不要在一般的世俗世界里面谈这个，因为几乎是罪恶的。
There's no free lunch.
没有免费的午餐。
That's what the non-tantric thinks.
那这是非密乘的人会这样想，没有免费的午餐。
For the tantric, they say, "What do you mean? Everything is free lunch."
可是对于密乘的人来讲，说你是什么意思呢？一切都是免费的。
So let's not bring that up now.
我们现在不要谈这个比较好。How can I maintain a sense of clarity or sanity? I always feel that the observer is not here. 我怎么能够保持一种清明的状态？因为我总是感觉到那个观察者不在这儿。
Observe that feeling.
你就去观察那个感觉就好了。
Yeah. Good.
很好。
Yeah. Getting sharper.
现在问题越来越尖锐了。
Just any kind of decision, any kind of conclusion. Where is observer? Just observe that.
不管你是得到什么答案，就是你就是观察就好了。
Oh, observer is this. Observe that.
你会发现自己说，观察者就是这个。那你只要观察你现在的那个结论就好。
Then what else?
How long? A question from Russia. How long I should do shamatha before vipassana? 我要修止修多久以后才开始修观？
Yeah. It's good to always do shamatha.
一直修止，随时都修止是很好的。
And by the way, just for the audience here, and those who don't know what is shamatha.
给这里的听众，还有那些不知道什么叫做止的人。
It is a really good technique to train your mind.
是一个非常好的训练自己心的一种技巧。
So actually you have already done it a little bit when you are concentrating on the breathing, for instance, breathing, or choose an object and try to keep your mind there.
事实上，诸位在专注在呼吸或专注在某一个物件上的这个练习的时候，已经做了修止的这个功夫了。
Usually we choose an object.
通常我们会选择一个物件。
It could be the breath in and out.
可能是呼吸。
It could be a stone.
可以一块石头也可以。
Or it could be a statue of a Buddha in front of you.
或者是你面前的一个佛像。
You just focus on there.
你就专注在这上面。
Every time your mind is out, you go back.
每次你注意到自己的心散乱的时候，你就回来专注在这上面。
Okay? But then you will realize your mind is never here. It's everywhere.
可是你会发现你的心永远都不在这儿，而是到处乱跑。
But that's good.
这是好事。
This means you are now realizing, you are beginning to realize how the mind functions.
那这是好事，因为你开始知道心的是怎么作用的。
Yeah, it's sort of a trick.
那这是一个伎俩。
It's like, it's a trick because we already know that you'll be distracted. It's impossible. Concentrate on your, doorknob for 5 minutes. Impossible, especially in the beginning. Impossible, but we know that.
而且说，事实上我们都知道，那个你做不到的。比如说，专注那个门把5分钟，就绝对不可能做到的。
Just how can you even think? Like Buddhists would give you an award for being able to concentrate on a doorknob for 5 minutes. That's like ridiculous.
你怎么能想象佛教徒会给你一个奖状，说你可以专注门把5分钟？这是很可笑的一个事情。
Buddhists are more interested in you knowing your mind is distracted all the time.
佛教徒比较有兴趣的是说，让你知道你的心永远是在散乱的状态，没办法专注。
Okay.
How can blind people never see the world and practice Vipassana? 盲人从来没见过这个世界，怎么修内观？
No, very easy.
很简单。
Well, those who believe in closing eyes, first of all, they don't even have to close their eyes.
那些相信眼睛要闭起来的那些人呢，事实上眼睛是不需要闭起来的。
And I'm hoping that they have body and feeling and mind. Surely they have that.
他们盲人一定有身体感受跟这个心嘛，他们一定有。
Okay. Next one.
Speaking of mind, is your mind somewhat share or join with mine, especially in the context of? Oh, this is a tantra.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we will talk another time about the tantra stuff.
这个问题跟密续有关系，以后再谈。Guru Rinpoche said, you may temporarily possess the view, but in order to sustain it, you must stay in mountain hermitage. And an unwholesome dwelling place may indeed cause your view to go astray. So how should we do with a lay person that we have to live with others? 莲师曾经说过，你暂时也许会有见地，可是如果你没有办法维持它的话，你要维持它的话，你必须去住在深山里面的这个作为一个 这个隐士。如果你住在这个不善良的地方的话，你可能会让你的见地就消退。那我们作为一般的人，跟别人在一起，那怎么办？
You can always create a good boundary.
你总是可以自己创造出一个界限出来。
When I went to Japan in a Zen temple,
而且去那个日本禅宗的寺庙的时候，
I went there to actually do some Zen practice, zazen.
而且去那个禅宗寺庙去修持这个打坐
And
坐
it's
禅，
in a small temple.
这个很小的寺庙。
And they said that once the session is on, you can't cross a boundary.
那他们说，一开始这个打禅的时候，你就不能跨过那个界限。
Coming from, places like India, phenomena of boundary for me is like a big gate or some sort of like a visible gate or something like that.
从印度来的人，会说他这样子的这个背景呢，以为这个界限总是有个大门啊，还是什么这样很明显的东西。
So I was searching everywhere, where's this boundary?
人们就到处在找，说那这个界限在哪里？
And then later I found just like 2 stones here and they put a stick on it, that's it.
那后来找到了是2块石头中间他们放了一根竹子吧，就木头，就是这样子。
But it works, it really works.
可是这个很有用。
There's so many like this in the ancient Asian culture, like the Japanese culture, I feel.
在这个古老的东方文化，像日本的文化里面有很多这样的东西。
Maybe we are talking too much rubbish here, but like the Japanese house, they always have one wall. I forgot the name. What is it, Cheryl? That special wall. They hang something, and then they don't put anything there.
那在日本的房子里面都有一个主墙，那么有时候忘记那个主墙有个名字。那通常他们就挂了一幅画，然后其他东西都不放。
Yeah, I'm really bad. I'm like a bear when I go to Japan. I'm always like I end up putting a socks there or.
那么些去日本就觉得自己很糟，因为常常就把袜子丢在那里。
But this place is kept so clean and neat.
那这个地方在日本的房子里就是永远是最干净的一个地方。
Things like this, we could create that kind of boundary.
像这样子事情，我们可以自己创造这样子的界限。
That's what shrine is, isn't it?
这就是佛龛的这个或佛堂、佛案，就是这个意思。
There's a lot of that kind of descriptions. If you really want to, there's a lot of this kind of descriptions. But mainly, it's your attitude.
有很多这样子的描述，不过主要就是你自己的态度。
Really, you can actually create.
事实上，你可以自己这样创造。
Okay, now I'm probably, I'm talking a bit like a tantrika, because of my influence.
那么就因为他的受的影响，他现在讲话有点像这个密乘行者。
You can decide, Shilin train station is a holy place.
你可以决定，你可以自己决定说，士林捷运站就是一个神圣的这个圣地。
Every Wednesday I will go there.
每一个礼拜三我要都去那里朝圣。
And I will sit on the bench for 5 minutes.
然后我要坐在那个板凳上坐5分钟。
And observe my body.
然后观察我的身体。
And then come back wherever you are staying.
然后就回家。
Next time you are on the way to somewhere and the Shilin you see from the distance, you might even do this.
然后下次也许你在哪里旅行，坐车经过，你看到士林在那边，你搞不好还合掌。
These are all skillful means. You can do that.
这些都是善巧方便，你都可以这样去做。
Yes, sometimes you should do your meditation with yoga pants.
有时候你可以坐在你的这个瑜伽的这个垫上呢，来打坐。
Fluffy dresses.
然后穿这些 飘飘的衣服。
Sometimes you should really, have to shave or the aftershave if you have men, I don't know, like, what do you call it, crow? What do you call it? This suit with a, crow tail, right? Tuxedo. Yeah, do that.
刚刚是说你平常可以就是比较邋遢的穿那种松软的衣服去打坐，有时候你也可以全套这个西装笔挺，穿这个燕尾服去打来。
Actually, I will relate that to with the phenomena.
那人们就要把这个跟所谓的现象连在一起。
What does tuxedo do to you?
那个燕尾服对你是什么效果？
If you are one of those westernized, sort of people who think tuxedo is a big deal.
如果你是那种被西方影响，觉得燕尾服是很了不起的一个事情。
Tuxedo makes you feel this is an important occasion.
如果你是那种人呢，这个燕尾服让你觉得这个是一个很重要的场合，你穿这个。
See, phenomena.
这就是现象。
Ruled by phenomena.
我们被现象所统治。
For many, tuxedos are just nothing.
燕尾服事实上是没什么东西嘛。
So, what? Okay, what's the next question?
No.
Next. I'm trying to finish the questions.
Can Vipassana help people with depression, and also how can we use Vipassana to help younger adolescents for their problems? 我们怎么用这个内观来帮助有抑郁症者，还有协助青少年？
Definitely, but I would not aim for it.
绝对可以帮助，可是而且不会去朝这样去做。
Aim higher.
要朝着更高的目标去做。
Aim to see the truth.
朝着要看到真相的。
Who cares you are depressed or not?
谁管你有没有抑郁症？
Go for the truth.
直接要去追寻真理。
Along the way, you may collect no depression situation.
也许你在路上你会找到一些没有抑郁症的状态。
And good sleep, good leadership, good management, all of that.
然后睡得好，这个事情做得好，所有这些好的状态。
Don't settle for it.
不要去满足这样的状态。
Go to the truth.
继续追寻真理。
Okay.
Observer and observe the observer. Is it the same? Mind is doing these two things, both awareness.
Yes.
观察者跟去观察观察者是不是同样的事情？那么先说是的。That's it.
That's it. Okay. Okay, we will again do some sitting.
我们再来做一下。
Let's not do the phenomena. Let's do just this time. I will let you choose. You can do the body, feeling, or body and feeling together.
我们现在不做那个现象，诸位可以选择做身体，或者做这个感受，或者是一起。
Or you can also do mind.
你也可以做心的修持。
Or you can do all three.
或者是三个都做。
Okay, let's start.
好，我们开始。
Okay, we will talk a little bit about phenomena now.
我们现在谈一下这个现象。
This is going to be very intellectual and theoretical.
这是会很知识性的，而且理论性的。
Just will give you some information, probably.
我们就给大家一些资讯。
Okay, but going back to who are you?
回到这个你是谁？
It's your body,
你的身体，
very obvious one.
很明显的。
And the feeling,
然后
not that obvious as body, but a very, very strong, probably stronger than the body.
然后是感受，不是像身体那么明显，不过是很强烈的，也许比身体还要强烈。
And then mind, definitely not as visible as, of course not body, even as feeling.
那心再来是心，不像绝对不是像身体那么明显，也不是像感受那么明显。
But it is something, if you don't have, you don't even need to do Vipassana.
那是一个，如果没有心，那你根本就不必做观的修持。
Right? So it's very essential.
非常必要的。
Now the fourth one, wow, that is like all pervasive.
那第四个，那几乎是遍在一切的。
And it's actually quite I don't know, it's really it's okay, for the lack of the words, vicious.
因为缺少言语的关系呢，这个言语来形容的，我们来说，它是非常恶毒或者邪恶的。
You are here.
你在此地。
Some of you are here since yesterday.
有一些人昨天就来了。
Yeah, because you have a body, because of you have a feeling, but also because you have mind. But actually, it's also because what is this Vipassana? It's a phenomena, you see.
那当然，因为你来是因为你有身体，你有感受，你有心，而且同时你有这个现象，你会在说这个观到底是什么东西？
For many of you, it's an object of curiosity.
对很多人是一种观是你好奇的这种对象。
And curiosity is again driven by a phenomena.
好奇就是被现象所驱使的。
Sort of you know a little bit, but you also don't know the complete picture, and you have a little bit of interest.
对，你知道一点，可是你又不完全了解，然后你有一点点兴趣。
For some of you, probably because of your upbringing, because of the recent, whatever books you have read or friends you have associated with, then you have certain, Vipassana, I want enlightenment, I want to get rid of samsara, I want to reach nirvana. All this is a phenomena.
也许有一些其他的人是因为你成长的过程，或者你最近读了什么书，或者你交了什么朋友，然后你一听到说观这个是好东西，我要去掉所谓的轮回，我要得到涅槃，所以这些都是现象。
Wow, the phenomena. I think we talked about the sound earlier.
我们前面谈到这个声音。
Also depends on, individually you have a different phenomena also.
我们个人有个人不同的现象。
I mean the same sound.
一样的声音。
Chris was saying like this sound for us is a plastic, but for his dog it's food, right?
我刚刚在跟人们解说，这个对我们来讲是塑胶的声音，可是对我的狗来讲是食物来了。
Okay, so form. This is a big phenomenon, right?
这
Form.
个
Body.
形象、形色、身体是一个大的现象。
By the way, one thing. Generally, phenomena are always vague.
那有一个事情是这样，一般来说现象都是模糊的。
It's all kind of, this is actually Buddhists call it relative truth.
佛教徒把它叫做相对真理或者世俗谛。
They're all, so they're kind of just think about the form now, form.
你现在想一个形色，一个东西的形状，
Triangle,
三角形、
square,
方形，
highways,
公路、
street lamps,
街灯。
but they play important part of your existence, by the way.
可是他们在我们的存在里面呢，扮演了很重要的角色。
You validate yourself by considering yourself as a normal, healthy human being. When you go out there and look at a street lamp and think, wow, this is a street lamp. But you don't think, oh, wow, what a nice cucumber.
你来证明你自己是一个健康的一个人类，正常健康的人类，利用什么呢？利用你走到马路上，然后看到那个街灯，然后你说哦，这是一盏很好的街灯，而不是说哦，这是一个很好的黄瓜。
And then smell.
然后去闻它，你不会这样做。
Sandalwood.
那个哦，不是，对不起，那仁波切说，现在讲到味道，这个很多那个檀香。
What comes in your mind? Sandalwood.
檀香，那什么东西跑到你心里面来？你
Lavender.
闻到檀香，然后你闻到这个薰衣草。
That terrible tofu in the Taipei train station. What is it?
还有台北车站那个很可怕的豆腐的味道，那是什么？
I know it's bringing saliva in some of your mouth right away.
而且知道闻到这个味道，很多人在座就会有口水流出来。
Easier to understand these.
这些比较容易了解。
Right? Law, okay. Easier, I think. But then there are some really, really vague ones.
可是有一些非常模糊的一些现象。
Things like, oh, she is so beautiful. We never know what that really means. You understand? It's very vague.
比如说，哦，她很美丽，那我们都不会知道到底是什么意思。
Or things like, long time ago.
比如说，很久很久以前。
Countless.
无数的这种东西，无数的。
But it works, you know.
可是有用啊，它可以。
Oh, there's countless people there. You know, it works. I'm talking to you. It doesn't. It's so vague, but it works.
就是我们就说，哦，那里有无数的人，是虽然很模糊，可是是有用，可以沟通的。
Okay, those things are kind of okay. But now let's talk about something more. Things that really actually has a big impact on you.
那我们现在的那些都是比较模糊的，我们现在来谈跟我们有很大关系的
society.
社会。
This is a big one.
这是一个大的题目。
I think the best way of understanding is, let's see. I think it's called herd mentality, right? Herd, like cattle, like a sheep, like mammals, group of wild animals, or they all go together. They all do the same thing. You understand? Herd mentality.
就是那种那个就是被养的那种心态，就是被圈养的那种心态，像一些动物，大家都做一样的事情。
It's a very big one.
不是被圈养，就是那种团体的心态，这是一个很大的。
There's a big pressure if you are not a member of the herd society. You will be outcasted. You will not be invited in the next birthday party.
那这是一个很大的压力在所有人身上。如果你没有那种团体的心态的话，你就会被排除在外。你下次这个生日宴会就不会请你来。
But then there are some people who was okay. I don't want to be in the herd mentality. Rebellious.
也有另外一种人是说，我不想要参加这种团体心态的，我是叛逆的。
Not necessarily better.
不见得比较好。
Revolutionaries are just a burden. It's just a phenomena.
那个所谓的革命心态的人，只是另外一个压力而已，只是另外一个现象。
Lots of us are like a sheep going together to Warner Village.
我们一大堆人都像羊一样，好，我们一起去华纳威秀。
Wait for the ice cream.
等待那个冰淇淋。
And I don't know, whatever we do something.
所以我们反正会做一些事情。
We go to Calvin Klein.
然后我们去 Calvin Klein 那个店。
We sort of learn to say, wow.
我们学会说哇，这个。
And the other one says, oh yeah.
然后另外人就说对啊。
Okay, and then maybe there's somebody who adopt a rebel mentality.
那另外也许有些人有那种反叛心态的。
Calvin
Klein 那很烂。
So boring.
无聊死了。
I'm going to wear, I don't know, some cheaper or something like that.
我穿另外一个牌子。
Is that a rebellious thing? Maybe not, right? Whatever it is.
也许那不够背叛。
But that's just a phenomena.
可是这些都是现象。
And this is a big part of you, by the way. This is how we are. This is a big part of you. This is actually, this part of the Vipassana is vast.
这个是我们的很大的一部分，这个是观的很大的一部分。
Morality.
还有道德观。
Wow, so big, so big.
非常庞大的，非常巨大的。
If you read New York Times about Trump,
如果你读《纽约时报》有关于 Trump 这个
99.99 is driven by phenomena of morality.
99.99%都是被这个道德观所驱使。
And coming from one of the most immoral countries, it's
可是是来自于一个最不道德的国家的报纸。
This is how the phenomena drives us. You understand?
这就是这个现象界的表现。
I have to say this. This is where Buddhism excels.
那么现在必须说呢，这是佛教超越的部分。
This is where Buddhism really says Buddha Dharma is like a placebo.
这个是佛教为什么说佛法就好像这个安慰剂一样。
That path is just a trick.
这个法道呢，事实上是一个诡计，一个伎俩。
I hope, basically, phenomena. And then we have, well, anyway, in the classic Buddhist term is a compounded phenomena and uncompounded phenomena.
那在这个经典的佛教的这个词汇里面，有一个所谓的和合的现象跟非和合的现象。
Compounded meaning put together.
和合就是有几种东西把它凑在一起的。
Actually, Buddhists were really good with the philology. They were really, really good at this.
那佛教徒事实上是对这种词义学、名词学是很有研究的。
4 legs, wooden legs.
4个木头的脚。
1 plank.
一片板子。
And things put here, phenomena of table arise.
东西放在上面，那这个所谓的桌子的现象就出现了。
From the Buddhist point of view, morality is just that.
从佛教的观点来讲，道德观跟这个没有差别。
Ethic is just like that.
道德
I don't know,
行为标准都只是这样子。
Human right, freedom, all of this is basically a compounded. Some things are put together and it appears to be like something, but actually it's not there.
就不管是人权啊、自由啊，都是这样，都是一些和合的现象，把一些东西凑在一起，看起来好像有一个东西，可是事实上它不存在。
But we get so crazy with this.
可是我们对这些东西非常疯狂。
This is made in India, can't be bad. I mean, can't be good.
这个桌子是印度做的，所以绝对不会好。
Hello, my dear friends in India.
我先跟他的印度朋友打招呼。
This is made in Italy. Has to be good.
这个是意大利做的，一定是好的。
You know, stuff like phenomena. You know,
这些现象。
Italian furniture, right? In Italian furniture is considered good.
意大利家具一定是好的。
That Japanese toast. This is me, by the way, my own individual phenomena.
而且的个人的现象，这个日本的吐司面包。
I just get fascinated by Japanese toast.
而且就是最倾心于这个日本的吐司面包。
I have been to so many toast shops.
而且去过非常多的吐司面包店。
I've even learned the name of Japanese when they say toast. It's toasto, by the way. That's it.
而且是学会了日本人说 toast 叫 toasto。
And I just, crispiness and the way they cut it in the middle and they put a big butter, just everything is just amazing.
怎么斜切过来，然后放一个奶油在上面，所有东西我现在都学会了。
It's stuff like that, right? I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of what we mean by phenomena.
而且只是跟大家讲，让大家有一点了解什么叫做现象。
It's vicious, I'm telling you, it's really vicious. If you are caught by that, and if you don't know the truth,
它是很恶毒的。如果你被它抓住了，然后你不知道真相的话。
the truth is they are all sop. In the Tibetan we call it sop zin, meaning they're all like a scarecrow.
他们其实都像稻草人一样。
From the distance, you think there's like a human.
远远看以为是一个人。
But there's no human.
可是没有人在那里。
I have to tell you this. There's a really nice cartoon I saw this time.
而且这次看到一个卡通很好的。
2 crows talking to each other. Did you see that?
两只乌鸦在对话。
There's a scarecrow in the field.
有一个稻草人在这个田里面。
And one crow says, be careful, there's a human.
有一只乌鸦说：“小心一点，有个人在那。”
The other one says, no, it's not, texting.
另外一只乌鸦说：“没有，他不是人，因为他没有在打那个手机。”
That is such a good thing. Anyway, it's all like a scarecrow. It's like it's just the classic, I think the word is transitory collection put together and labeled as a specific phenomena.
经典的说法就是一种暂时的现象的、暂时的缘放在一起，然后我们给它一个名字，所以这叫做一个现象。
It's all like a drawing a circle in the water.
都像在水里画一个圈一样。
Yeah, phenomena. So, okay, so in the phenomena includes everything.
那在这样子的现象里面，包括所有的事情，
Form,
心、
feeling,
感受，
all the way to idea of enlightenment.
一直到所谓的证悟的这个概念。
This, by the way, the fourth one is exclusive Mahayana kind of. It's more the Mahayana Vipassana. Okay.
那这个第四个就是这个法或者现象的这个观呢，是纯粹属于大乘佛教的这个观的修行。
It's wow. Nothing remains. Okay, nothing remains.
没有任何东西剩下。
Yeah. I think phantom is a good word. Everything is just a phantom.
这个魅影是 phantom 这个字，事实上是非常好的，一切东西都是魅影。
They even, phantasmagoria is one word they call it.
这个字就是那个叫什么魔幻这个意思。
Basically, it's there, but it's not there together.
基本上它是在那里，可是它又不在那里，两者并存。
It's not like first it's there and then it became not there.
并不是说它先是存在，然后它变成不存在。
Not being there have started the very time that it began to be there.
就是不在那里呢，是让它开始在那里的这个状态。这我不太大概反正不对，不就是不在跟在是同时的。
That's how it is. That's how what the Buddhists think the whole phenomena.
这佛教徒认为所有的现象都是这样子。
Yeah, so it's not negation. The shunyata is not a negation.
所以空性并不是一个否定的名词。
So just a very, very brief, like introduction to what we mean by phenomena.
以上是一个非常非常简要的介绍，什么叫做我们所说的现象是什么意思。
Okay, we'll now again have a short break, and then we will have the last session, a very short session.
那我们现在先短短的休息一下，然后有一个最后的一个短的一堂课。
Okay, just to tie up few things, especially with what we call Buddha Dharma, Buddhism.
先跟大家整理一下，把几个东西连起来。特别有关于我们所谓的佛法。
So I'm sure you have heard concept like Four Noble Truths.
大家一定可能听过这个四圣谛的这个概念。
Now, if you are doing this for mindfulness, you are this one way or another is actually a practical way of relating to the Four Noble Truths.
那如果你在做我们讲的这个四念住的话，你就是在某个层次上呢，是跟这个很实际的跟这个四圣谛结合在一起。
Observing the body.
第一个从身体开始。
If you observe the body, you will end up knowing the first noble truth, which is understand the dukkha.
那如果你观察这个身体，那你就会得到一个结论呢，就是四圣谛的第一谛就是苦谛。
If you observe the feeling, you will end up understanding the second truth, which is the cause of the dukkha.
那如果你观察这个感受的话，你就会了解到第二个圣谛，就是这个苦的因，也就是集。
And because you will begin to realize it is craving for the satisfactory feeling that causes the dukkha.
你会理解到是因为你对于满足的一种追求呢，因此你有了苦。
No need to read many books, no need to do all these rituals. Just observing the feeling, you will come down to this.
不需要去读一大堆书，不一定要做很多仪式，你只要观察你的感受，你就会得到这样的结论。
And then, if you do the third one, observing the mind, you will actualize the third truth, which is the path to the cessation of the suffering of the dukkha.
那如果你做第三个观察心的话，你就会理解到第三个圣谛灭谛，就是消灭所有这些苦的道路。
Because the dukkha suffering happens. Because when you realize there is no truly existing self, then you will realize that is the path to release ourselves from the suffering.
因为如果你理解到没有真实存在的自我，那你就会理解到这是这个灭的道路。
And then by doing the fourth one, the observation to the phenomena, then you will actualize the fourth noble truth, Nirodha, the cessation of the suffering of the dukkha.
如果你观察第四个就是现象，那你就会了解到第四谛就是道。
Because you will realize that defilement is removable, it's a temporary.
你会理解到这个避障是暂时的，可以被移除的。
Anyway, it's just a transitory collection, even the defilements.
即使是避障，也只是一个暂时的集结而已。
Yeah.
Which is the fourth is path.
Nirodha, the cessation of the suffering. Fourth, in the Vipassana, is looking at the phenomena.
Refer to the
Yeah.
path.
Yeah. No, refer to the Nirodha, the cessation of the suffering.
对不起，我刚刚讲错了。第三个是跟道，四圣谛的道，第四个现象才是跟灭有关系。我讲反了，抱歉。
Same thing again. In the Mahayana, we talk about 4C.
那在同样的在大乘里面，我们也讲这个四法印。
All compounded things are impermanent.
一切和事物都是无常的。
All emotions are pain or suffering.
一切情绪都是苦。
There's nothing that is truly existing nature.
一切都无自性，
Nirvana is beyond extreme.
涅槃是超越边界的。
These 4 C will be actualized by doing the 4 mindfulness. Related. They're related.
这4个法印呢，也可以经由四念住的修持而证得。
I just need to tell you this because really Vipassana, the 4 mindfulness, is really it's a I just don't want that this Vipassana end up becoming just one of some meager self-help technique.
我们现在讲这些跟大家解释四念住跟四圣谛还有四法印的关联呢，主要是希望大家不要把这个观的这个四念住的修行想成只是一个很普通的这种禅定的技巧而已。
Vipassana is really quest for truth.
观是真正的是追寻真理的方法。
Very, very raw, mundane truth. Mundane, simple truth.
真理是一个非常真实、赤裸的一个真相。
There's not traces of superstition here.
完全没有所谓的迷信的这种痕迹在里头。
Well, that's about it as far as introduction of Vipassana is concerned.
介绍这个观的修行呢，差不多就到此为止。
Please, I encourage you, those who wish to go to 9 days Vipassana courses, by all means do so.
而且会鼓励大家，如果大家有想要去参加那种9天的内观修持的话，我就很鼓励大家去做。
Even just 9 days of observing your breath in and out will do wonders.
即使是9天，你只是观察这个自己的呼吸的话，也会带来无比的这个利益。
So much is necessary. It's very big, high time we think of internally.
这是非常重要的，因为现在我们很少想到我们内在的东西。
Okay, let's forget the phenomena.
那我们可以暂时不要去想这个现象，
Too big for us.
对我们来讲太大的一个题目了。
But your body is important.
可是你的身体很重要，
Your feeling is very important.
你的感受很重要，
And your mind.
然后你的心。
And all we are asking you is to just observe.
那所有人那些要跟大家讲的，就只是去观察的，
No subtraction, no addition.
不减不增，
Just watch.
只是看着。
And not even coming to any kind of a specific conclusion.
甚至不要得到什么任何特定的结论。
This is something worthy to do for an individual.
这对个人来讲是值得去做的一件事情。
And this is also good for, I think, the world. Yeah?
这对世界也是很好的，
For ecology, for the world peace.
对生态、对世界的和平
Yes.
都是。
And I think, yes, in one way we are becoming very materialistic.
目前认为呢，在一方面我们变得非常物质主义，
But on the other hand, we are also pushed to face some of this reality. So let's take chance.
可是同时我们也被推往必须去了解这些真理，所以让我们来好好利用这个机会。
You know, Buddha said, you are your own master.
佛陀说你是你自己的主人，
No one can be your master.
没有任何人可以做你的主人。
How do you master yourself?
那你怎么主宰自己呢？
Observe 3 things that is you, or the 4 things that is you.
你就观察那个你的3件事情或者4件事情，
Just observe, nothing else, huh? Just observe.
只要观察，不要做别的事情。
No special diet, no special sort of penance, nothing.
不需要任何特别的这种饮食的计划，也没有什么苦行。
You have to get used to this observation, observing.
你要习惯于这样子的观察。
And as someone asked here, and I think this is relevant,
有一个人问了一个很恰当的、适切的问题。
we can do our Vipassana with just to discover ourselves. That's one thing.
你可以做观的修行，然后来发掘自我，这是一件事情。
But probably we can do this better by assigning oneself for a bigger task.
那可能我们还可以做得更好，是给自己一个更大的一个任务。
By telling oneself that I will do this discovery of myself for the benefit of all beings.
我们可以跟自己说，我要来做这件发掘自我的事情，来借此来利益所有的众生。
That is important.
这是很重要的。
Because if you have that mentality, if you begin with that mentality,
这很重要，因为如果你以这样子的这个心态来出发的话，
because that mentality is not cherishing yourself.
因为这个心态是不是珍惜自己的心态？
It is actually placing others more important than you.
这是把别人放在更重要、比自己还重要的位置。
Then, bad sleep, so what?
那如果是这样的，你如果睡不好，那也没什么关系。
Stressful life, so what?
生活压力大有什么关系？
As long as I discover myself for the others, that's the primary.
只要我为了别人去发现自己，那这是最主要的。
Okay, so that's the end. For the international audience, I will say good night, good morning, good afternoon.
所以到此为止，我们先跟所有在这个网上的国际朋友们说早安、下午好跟晚安。
And as a celebration, we will just listen to some weird songs for a few minutes, and then we will go.
那为了庆祝这样的这个课程结束，我们现在听一个奇怪的歌曲，然后就结束了。